What's going on, family? Grace and peace. This is your host, Javon Blue, on the Kingdom Talks podcast, where we're going to be talking about God, business, trading, manhood, marriage, and all the real stuff that's happening out there. So listen, sit back, relax, open up your Bibles, open up your notebooks, whatever you got to do, and let's get it. Sheesh, let's go. Yo, what up? Kingdom Talks podcast family, grace and peace. It's your host, Javon Blue, on another episode of the Kingdom Talks podcast. And like I always say, I'm excited to be doing this with you because this is another time that we get to spend together. So, family, let's get into it. So, guys, listen, for the next 21 episodes, right, this would be the first of the 21, but I want to create the foundation. And the foundation of this is, like I told you guys on my last podcast episode, that, you know, where we talked about self-defense and different stuff like that. I told you guys that I recently, became a practitioner within the martial arts, field. And it has been blessing me so much. Shout out to my teacher, Hanshi, Gregory Duncan, shout out to him. For all my martial artists out there, amazing teacher. He's teaching me so much. Shout out to my Uncle Quinn, an amazing teacher as well. And these two individuals have been in the martial arts field for over 40 plus years. And it has been blessing me to get, the wisdom from them. And guys, man, listen, I want to do like a series of 21 precepts or sayings, I would say, or writings from a very great samurai from Japan. His name is Miyamoto Musashi, and he was basically a walking samurai, right? And he wrote something basically before he died, which is basically called the Decado, right? And the Decado is a short work that is written by Miyamoto Musashi a week before he died, right? He died in 1645, and, he wrote these 21 quotes, you can say, sayings, precepts, whatever you want to call it. But the Decado was largely composed of, just him giving away, him talking about him giving away, his possessions and preparing for death, right? So, he was one that was a warrior. He was one that was great. He had 61 duels, which is like fights with swordsmanship, and he won all of them, right? He won all of his duels, like all of his sword fights, and that right there is excellence to me, right? Something that I want to happen in my life is, I want to become excellent at whatever it is that I accept within my life, right? I want to become excellent. I want to become a master of whatever it is that I am in agreement with, right? I hope you guys are getting these concepts of what it is that I'm talking about, because when you decide in your mind that you want to become great at something, right, it's going to involve some sacrifice from you. It's going to have to cost you something. And I feel like we live in a world today where we have lost the essence of giving up certain things so that we can get something greater. And oftentimes we want great to come before the sacrifice. And here is the crazy thing about it. Sometimes that may happen. You may acquire more, but you don't become more. And that has been a downfall for so many people, is because you want to acquire so much, you want to get so much, but you don't ever want to become it. And something that, Jim Rohn said, God bless his soul. Jim Rohn said, listen, if I give you $1 million, it's best you become a millionaire quickly. It's because it's always in the becoming that really makes the person of who you are, right? So, going back into this, I'm going to be doing 21 episodes on, these 21 sayings of Miyamoto Musashi based on the Decado that he had written. And the first one that I want to talk about, family, is the first thing that he said. He said, accept everything just the way it is, right? Accept everything just the way it is. I feel like a lot of times people don't accept things, right? And I'm gonna just stop right there for a minute, because it's in the accepting that there's freedom that comes after it. Oftentimes we try to reject. Oftentimes we try to distort. Oftentimes we try to change instead of just accepting. Right now, there's going to be some times where, you shouldn't accept things to happen to you because of who you are and where it is, of where it is that you're going. But then there's often times where, based off of where it is that you're going, from that perspective, that you're going to have to accept things just the way it is. There's times in your lives, there's people that are in your lives that are the way they are because that is just the way it is. That is who they are. So we can't go around trying to change people, but what we can do is change the perspective by accepting them for who they are, because now you have clarity of how you should treat them. And when we try to distort that message, when we try to overlook what it is that people are presenting to us, we actually lie to ourselves. And I think that we just need to accept everything just the way it is. And here's my perspective on this, man. This is a fallen world that we live in. I said this on my other episode. We live in a fallen world, family. So it would be very naive of me to walk around and act like that is not what I should accept. Right? I'm not going to walk around acting like I can change the entire world. I can't do that. Why? Only Christ can do that. And he can do it through, dying on the cross, which he did. He said, listen, I know how I'm about to, do this whole deal. I'm about to die for everybody. But guess what? It didn't just stop there. I'm going to die for everyone so that they can have access to eternity. They can have salvation, right, for eternity with me. But guess what? I'm only giving it to those who accept it. But you have to accept it. So accepting everything just the way it is gives you the most clarity that you need to make any type of decision that you need to make in life. Accept everything just the way it is. Right? Because when you do that, family, when you just accept everything just the way it is, now you get to better yourself, and people get to accept you just the way you are, for who you are. And oftentimes we don't see it that way. We want to change everybody else, right? And we want we want them to conform to our worldview. We want, people to conform to the way that we think. But guess what? What if you just become the greatest version of yourself that God has created you to be, and people start accepting you for who you are because of what it is that you are presenting to them? I'm not going to try to change the White House, right? Because I think that they should change. Guess what? They already told me what it is that they want to make priority, right? The world is showing me how they function. The world is showing me what it's all about, and I got to accept that. I got to accept that. And guess what? By me accepting that, now it's clear as to what it is that I need to do to be a solution within the world and not just a problem. So family, man, it's not going to be a long episode, right? But I hope you guys are excited about, these 21 sayings of Miyamoto Musashi, one of the greatest samurais in the Japanese culture. I hope you guys are ready for this, because it's going to get better. But I want you guys to truly, truly digest that. And you might have a different perspective of what it is that I'm saying. But number one, accept everything just the way it is. And I promise you that you will be gaining some huge, huge clarity to your life. And from that, now you get to elevate, you get to ascend to a different level of understanding, of wisdom, of knowledge, and just seeing things for what it is. And you yourself become a better person so that people can see you for who you are. So family, I'm done. You know, I love you guys. Share this. If this bless you, share this with somebody in your circle, from your church, your your college, your job, your family, whatever the case may be. Share it with, people so that they can get the message as well. Accept everything just the way it is. And I will see you guys on the next episode as we dive deeper into these beautiful, beautiful sayings of Miyamoto Musashi. And we're going to run it up, family. So just like we say within the martial arts world, hush. I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's get it. Yo, what up, Kingdom family? Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Listen, I want you to hit the block, hit up your job, hit up your family, your campus, your friends, whatever the case may be. Send them this episode. Let them know what we got going on. And I will see you guys on the next one. Let's get it.